Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, so actually what I was doing, because I know people get confused, so I have already arranged the thing. So if you see here, it is must to read. Must to read means you should completely read it. That is PMP training presentation, question set. If you remember the Excel sheet that we discussed in the beginning, this is very, very important. And 100 important questions, approx 100 questions. So if you see this, so I am also sending to you the complete also. So you can see these are the questions like what is the primary purpose of a project charter? The project charter formally authorizes the project and provides the project manager with the authority to use organizational resources to carry out project activities. Also, just Mr. Ravi asked me that he has missed a couple of classes and he is there because a new batch is starting from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday, starting from 10th of June, I believe, 10th of June, just a minute, 10th June, I think. Yeah, 10th June. It is starting on 10th June. So if you have missed the class, you want to join it, it's free. Please join it from the 10th June batch. But since I don't have the authority to add anyone in the group, so you have to please ask IMC that if you have missed some classes because of Sunday and everything, and those who are watching the video and not listening, then you can also ask, you can see the screen. So the batch is starting at 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. So please join from 10 June. It's free. So you have to just tell IMC and they will add you in the group. So
sure,
this
sir.
is the thing that
noted.
And sure, so can we do the questions for revising? So what is the primary purpose of a project charter? So instead of like asking, so what the project charter, what it does, it formally authorizes the project and provides the project manager with the authority to use organizational resources to carry out the project activity. These are just the revisional concepts. In the exam, that the option they will put 4 options. So you have to select one of the option. So, but it is just for revision of the concept. What is difference between a project and a program? You remember we talked about 3 things: project, program, and portfolio. A project is a temporary endeavor undertaken to create unique product, service, or result, while a program is a group of related projects managed together to achieve strategic objectives. And when we say portfolio, you remember what was the difference between project management, program management, and portfolio management? When you are managing a particular project, it's a project. When you are managing similar type of projects together, it is called a program management. And when you manage different type of projects simultaneously, it is called portfolio management. We gave the example. Suppose somebody is in the civil engineering field and he is building, let us say, schools. So if he is building a school, so he is a project manager for building a particular school. Suppose he is managing to build 4 or 5 different type of schools at a time. 4 or 5 different type of schools he is building in a city or in a country simultaneously. So he will be called a program manager. Now he is also managing the school, building the schools. He is building hospitals, movie theaters, different businesses of the company. So he will be called a portfolio manager. Now, what is the formula to calculate the schedule variance? Schedule variance is calculated by earned value minus planned value. What is the purpose of communication management plan? Why we have a communication management plan? A communication management plan describes how project communicates. A communication will be planned, scheduled, implemented, and controlled to meet project objectives. So how will be, like example, if you see in this particular group that we were having, so what they said in the beginning of the thing, that if you see this one, that when they started adding, they said, "By this is the discussion, and the group will be an advance." So they gave you what is this format. So they said that we will be discussing, sharing all the thing through the WhatsApp. Not actually, WhatsApp was not the official channel, but there is like it has to be uploaded on the computer. Officially, it should be uploaded from the system, but sometimes the access is like restricted and everything, so I am unable to upload. So it was told that all the files, everything will be there, the video recordings will be there. So this type of communication was told, so that the project objectives are very much clear, and the project objectives can be planned, scheduled, implemented, and controlled. A definite timeline is given, how people can communicate, how people can come back, and all communication was there. So similarly, in a project management, it is always the communication is planned that, okay, a weekly report will be given to which all person. Will it be given by email or will it be given by hard copy? What about the progress report? What about the variation? What about the testing that you are doing? So those things are described and given so that it can be solved easily. Now, what is the critical path in a project schedule? The critical path is the sequence of activities that determines the shortest duration of the project. It represents the longest path uh, through the project network diagram and has zero float or slack. What is the difference between qualitative risk analysis and quantitative risk analysis? You remember quality and quantity. What we said, quantity, when the numbers are there, you are talking about the numbers and you are.
Sir, can you explain the critical path once again?
Yes, definitely. That is why we are here, so that if there is anything, we can clear it again. So I am trying to send it. Let me just see how much, or 21% has gone. So please download it. So it is all in a simple format. So before we go and I explain you, just I will go back and explain to you. So it is the must to read. This is complete PMP formula with 33 explanation and calculation example. Important PMP question. It is actually both the same. One is Word file and one is the PDF file. So I have put both. Sometimes, Word file gets corrupted, so I put PDF file. So if you are preparing and you are sometime if you have your own questions, you can also add your question and just save it. So which you think that it is important. So if you see here, there I have put around 65 questions on project agile management. So what is agile project management? What are the benefits of agile project management? The different type of agile project management include the roles and responsibility, the artifacts in art. So, most of the questions, like 65 questions I put for agile project management, which will revise almost all the concepts. I'm not saying everything will be revised. I'm never saying that, but most of the concepts. So when I give this particular thing must to read, you have to read. And this is the PMP training presentation slides. Then what I have written, books recommended to browse. I'm not saying that you have to read each and every page, because I do understand these are big books. So at least browse it once. 7th edition, 6th edition, and in the 6th edition only, as if you remember, it is written from page number 757. From 757, if you go to page 757, Agile, how I know, it's written PMP and Guide Agile 657. So I've put like that, because when this one I downloaded, the two books were together. Now both the book I think is separate. So 757. So this is the Agile book. I'm not saying that you have to read it, because I do understand people are busy, but just browse it. Browse means you have to, like you read the newspaper, when you read the newspaper, you're not reading each and every line, just browse it. So this will be enough for you. Browse the book, 6th edition, 7th edition. I will come back to your question, brother. Just give me 2 minutes. And this is also a good book. It is a small book, 15 pages. All small definitions are written here. So it's good to read. So this is like must to read. Books recommended to read, recommended to browse or read. Then I have put optional book to browse. In PMP, I have not read myself, so I will not tell that I will not say that I have read it or something. No, I have not read it. But I have heard many people talking about this Rita Mulcahy or something PMP exam preparation book. They say it is a very good book. It's 500 pages. It explains almost everything. So the book is here. It's considered one of the finest books in PMP. preparation, many people say. So this is a particular book that is very, very important. And I'm not saying that you have to read it, just browse it. I'm not saying that you have to read it, just browsing is enough. Must to read means everything has to be read. Now case study. Case study, why we give? Just for optional, for interest. If you want to read, read. Other, if you don't want to read, don't read. Nothing will happen. No extra. What is extra? This software extension to PM book guide, project management plan, project charter, PM question bank. These are extra. If you have time, read it. If you don't have time, don't read. In extra, I put more extra. These are the scope management plan, technical evaluation, some of the things that I discovered, discussed, feasibility report, project completion report, feed mill reports. I have put some of the reports like this. So these are just for good to know. So no, all the things are divided here. Now, before we go, the critical path method we have to go. So we will go in the critical path method. So Control F. Okay. So what is the critical path method? In a critical path method, like example, if there are 3 ways to do a job, or if there are 3 timelines by which you can do. Suppose if I have to go from point A to point Z or Z, whatever you call. So from point A to point Z or point Z, you have to go. There are, let us say, 5 different roads. You can go from A through road B. You can go through road C, you can go through road D or through road E. So there are many. For example, if I talk about the words, for example, I have to go from, let us say, I have to go from Calcutta, a city in India, to a place called Delhi in India, from Calcutta to Delhi. Now, let us say there are 3 highways. One highway is taking 6 hours. You have to pay tolls and everything there, example. One highway is taking 10 hours. There is also a different road which will take 12 hours. So 6 hours, 10 hours, and 12 hours. There are 3 different roads that will take you from Calcutta to Delhi. So the same concept is applied here. When you are using a scheduling tool and you want to calculate which time and everything, so instead of taking the shortest time, you have to take the longest possible time. Why we are taking the longest possible time? Because if you take a longest time, it gives you flexibility of completing the project. It makes sure that when you are talking about the project reaches exactly on time, and you are able to commit to a more realistic, practical timeline instead of over promising. If you remember, I told most of the people, they fail in life only because of one thing. Well, what is the reason? The reason is people over promise and under deliver. That means I gave you example. If you remember, I told if the boss asks, when will you give this report? So you have not seen the report also. And before you can say anything, the boss says to you, can you give it to me tomorrow? And we say, yes, sir. And what happens when you open your work, you see, oh, I cannot give it tomorrow. It is big task. So if you say to boss, okay, boss, let me check, and then you see it and you think it will take 2 days, and you say to your boss, I will give it on the 3rd day or 3 days. So boss says, okay, let us say he argues and negotiates and you get 3 days. Suppose you submit it in 2 days, what will happen? You are still having time to complete your work with flexibility, with proper professionally. You can check your work, everything will be done perfectly. But if you say it a less time, and if you're not able to deliver, it will be a problem. So in a critical path method, it is used to estimate the minimum project duration and determine the amount of schedule flexibility on the logical network path with the scheduled model. In this one, you have to the critical path has 0 float. So when we say about the 0 float, that is, if you say that the maximum timeline, if you say maximum timeline, then you don't have any flexibility because you already have used all the maximum float options, everything. So in the critical path method, you have to always take the longest path that can come into the activity. So example, how we do, there are different ways of calculating. So late start, early start. So we will do this particular question. So if you remember this particular question,
Yes.
but I'm just going upside one second. Okay. So if you remember, we were talking about this scheduling system. So we said, suppose an activity is there, there are task A, B, C, and D. So the relationship is always told that A will start only after, B and C will start after A is done, and D will start only after B and C both are get completed. Suppose in practical way, what does it mean? You can say painting will be done only when the wall is built and the plastering is completed. Anything. You can say painting will be done only when the plastering is done and the wall is built. So you cannot start, even if the wall is built and the painting is pending, you cannot, if the wall is built and the plastering is remaining, you cannot start. You have to wait for the building of the wall as well as plastering of the wall before you can start the painting. So they are saying there are 4 activities, A, B, C, and D. Let us say that activity D can be completed only after both B and C are completed and activity A. Suppose it is said for doing activity A, you need 5 days. For doing activity B, you need 5 days. So in the middle, if it is the duration. The key is written here. In the middle, it is the duration. Activity A takes 5 days. Activity B takes 5 days. Activity C takes 10 days. And activity D takes 15 days. This is given in the question. Now, we have to find out what is the critical path, what is the time duration and everything. So what we do, if nothing is given, so we will assume it is the day 1, or even if it is saying it starts on, let us say to confuse you, it says the project starts on 10th of May. Okay, 10th of May or 1st of May, it hardly matters. So here always it will be 1. Why? Because it is the first day of the activity. And then once you have solved it, then you can always say that, okay, if I am assuming that it is started on 1 means 1st May, and then it is finishing, but it is actually started on 10th of May. So you add just the number of days, 10 days, you will get the answer. So it starts day 1 and it is taking 5 days. You remember we talked about the forward pass and what we said, 1 day plus 5 days, 6 days minus 1. So if it starts on first early start and it will take 5 days, how many days it will take to finish? So if it starts on first and it takes 5 days, so many people get confused. They say 1 plus 5, 6. No, it's not 1 plus 5 because on 1 also you will work. So let us say you started on 1 and you are taking 5 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will start on Monday, 1st May and it will finish on 5th May. Saturday, Sunday. So not on Saturday. It will not finish on Saturday. Why? Because you are saying 5 days. So you have to also consider the day on which it is starting because that day you will work. If you will simply add, okay, day 1 it is starting, it will take 5 days, 1 plus 5, 6. So that means you are forgetting that you are doing the work here. In the real life scenario, if the question says that, okay, in this particular company, they don't work on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days. So what will happen? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now instead of 5 and 6 and 7, they are not working. So it will finish on 8. In reality, it happens like that. And when you do your questions through PMP, this software, the software asks you which is the day when it is not working and anything. So you can always change those, put that thing in the system and you can get it. So activity A starts on day 1, it takes 5 days. So 1 plus 5, 6 minus 1, 5. So it will finish on 5th. Now activity B. So if it is finishing on 5th in the early start, So if it is finishing on 5th, the next day you can start the work earliest. So 6th. So 5 plus 1, so it becomes 6th. So, and here it is 5 days are written. 6 plus 5, 11, minus 1, 10. Similarly, for activity C, it is finishing on 5th. So it starts on 6th and 10 days are there. So 6 plus 10, 16. 6 plus 10, 16, minus 1, 15. So it's clear. So activity C, 6 plus 10, 16, minus 1, 15. Now here is the concept. Activity B is finishing on 10. Activity C is finishing on 15. So in some time people get confused that it is finishing 10, so it should be 11. But if you think practically, what was the relationship I said? You cannot do the activity D, which is let us say assume painting, until and unless the plastering of the work is done and the wall is built. Example. So even if the wall is built, you have to wait for the plastering to finish. So then only you can do painting. So this activity is finishing on 10th. This activity is finishing on 15th. So the next day cannot be 11. It can be only 16. So it is 16. Here we come 16. Now 16 plus 15, 31, minus 1, 30. So this is the thing that you have found. Now this is the finish line. That means the project, the work is finishing 30. So if it is finishing in 30, so the late finish will be also 30. If you remember, when we were going forward, also called as forward pass, we are subtracting 1. 1 plus 5, 6, 6 minus 1, 5. So if we are going backward, it will be called backward pass and you will be adding. So 30 minus 15, 15 plus 1, 16. So this date becomes 16. If you want to see practically also how 16 is coming and not 15, you can see. So example 30 and it is taking 15 days. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it becomes 16 actually. So 30 minus 15, 15 plus 1, 16. Now we want to find the float. What is float? Late finish minus early finish or late start minus early start. This is the formula of float. It is written here also. You can see. So 30 minus 30, you get 0, or you can get 16 minus 16, which is also 0. So the float means the free available time is 0. Now for activity C and B, it is 16. So it will become 15. 15 minus 5, 10. 10 plus 1, 11. And what is the float? 15 minus 10, 5. Here 16, so it will become 15. 15 minus 10, 5. 5 plus 1, 6. Now we want to find the float. 15 minus 15, 0. Now it is finishing on 11. It is finishing on, earliest late start is 11 and late start is 6. So when we were going forward, we took the maximum one. When we are going backward, we will take the small one. If you practically also think what is actually happening. So if you want, somebody wants to do the plastering, somebody wants to do the building the wall. So whichever day comes first, you will start the work that day. So 11 and 6. So you have to select 6. 6 minus 1, 5. 5 minus 5, 0. 0 plus 1, 1. Now we find the float. 5 minus 5 becomes 0. Now, if you see A is taking 5 days, 5 days, 15 days. So we calculate A, B and D path will take 5 plus 5, 10, 10 plus 15, 25. So A, B, D is taking 25. Now we also calculate for the downside, for the path A, C, D. So what is A, C, D? 5 plus 10, 15, 15 plus 15, 30. So path A, C, D is 30. Now, which is taking more time? ABD is taking 25 days. ACD is taking 30 days. Which is the more number of days? ACD. So your ACD becomes the critical path. Is it clear? Is it clear? Or if you want anything more, please ask.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this is clear, correct?
Yes, yes.
So we come to this question now. What is the purpose of a communication management plan? We did. What is the critical part? What is the difference between qualitative risk analysis and quantitative risk analysis? Qualitative risk analysis prioritizes risk based on their probability and impact. You remember we were talking about probability. What is the probability? Probability is 50% chance. What is the impact? You remember that we gave you the example of the cycle, the video. You remember the example of cycle going on a video, and if it hits a pedestrian, what is the chances of the impact? The impact will be very little. But a truck hits somebody, the impact will be very, very high. So that is a qualitative risk. You cannot give by number. Qualitative means number. Quantitative risk analysis assigns numerical value to risk, such as probability and impact to assess their overall effect on project. So you say there is 80% chance, there is 60% chance. When you give those numbers, it becomes a quantitative. So the basic difference between qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis is, if there are numbers involved, it will be quantitative. And if it is not numbers involved, it will be qualitative. So what is the purpose of a change control system? A change control system provides a structured process to identify, evaluate, and control change to project scope, schedule, budget. These are the things. So that is why the change request comes, and you have to analyze whether the change request is okay or not. What is the formula to calculate the cost performance index? Cost performance index is calculated by earned value by actual cost. What is the difference between leadership and management? You remember this one?
Yes, yes.
What is the difference between? So leadership focuses on setting a vision, inspiring and motivating others, and driving change, while management focuses on planning, organizing, and controlling resources to achieve goals. What is the purpose of lessons learned register? What did you learn in a project? A lessons learned register captures insights and knowledge gained through the project lifecycle, including both positive and negative experience, to inform future projects and improve performance, and also for training purpose. So, when you are new people, so you can train the people, say this, we have done this type of project last time. These were the challenges that we faced. So, based on of our life, lessons learned register. So example, when I was like young, I wanted to be something in my life. And what happened now? Like, I know that I could not achieve that particular thing which I wanted because of some lack of a strategy or lack of some commitment. So that is what happens in life. So this is my lessons learned, that I did these all mistakes in my life. I don't want my kids to do the same mistake. So what we say to children, see, if you want to do this, you have to focus more on your studies. You have to do more and more practice. You have to do more and more concepts revision. You have to work hard. You have to study hard. You have to focus on your top. So that is this is the lessons learned register. This is based upon the experience. So that is why, we guide. So, you teach, you tell your family members what to do and not to do. So this is the lessons learned register of life. So in the same thing in the project, if whatever good thing has happened, bad thing has happened, what are the experience that you have achieved, what things you did great. So you put all those things in the report. So it becomes as a lessons learned register for people and understand. What is the difference between a milestone and deliverable? A milestone is a significant point or event in the project, often used to track progress. A deliverable is a tangible or intangible. What is tangible? Which can be touched. intangibles which cannot be touched, that must be produced to complete a project or project phase. See, when we are reading this, if there is any confusion, please ask. What is the purpose of a risk register? A risk register documents and identifies risk, their characteristic, potential response, and ownership, provides a centralized response repository for risk management activity. What are the type of risk and everything? What is the formula to calculate the estimated completion? What is the estimate actual cost plus estimate to complete? So you can say what is the cost. What is the difference between validation and verification? Validation ensures that the project deliverables meet the customer's need and requirement, while verification ensures that the deliverables meet the specified requirements and standards. I will see if this has got downloaded. So this has got downloaded. So if you can download it also in the system. Just I will put it here.
Can you put it in the chat also so that I can
That is what I'm putting.
Like not just WhatsApp, even in this chat, like. There are 2 links, sir.
No, same only, brother. Actually, I did by mistake 2 times.
Okay.
So I've given everything. So people can download everything. What is the difference between validation and verification? This is done. What is the purpose of a stakeholder register? A stakeholder register identifies the document information about project stakeholders, including their interest, influence, and communication requirement. What is the formula to calculate net present value? Net present value is sum of present value minus initial investment. So initially, let us say, we say example, I bought a flat, let us say of 100,000, let us say in Indian rupees, let us say 20 lakh rupees. Now, that flat has become of 40 lakh rupees, let us say. So I will say sum of present value is 40 lakh rupees. Initial investment was 20 lakh rupees. So the net present value that I'm getting, NPV, the benefit is 20. Right? So what is the difference between functional organization and matrix organization? In A functional organization, employees are grouped by their function, example HR, IT, and report to functional manager. In a matrix organization, what happened? Employees are assigned to both functional manager and project manager, creating a dual reporting. So you report to, let us say, electrical department manager, you also report to a project manager. Example I have seen. So that is the thing matrix. What is the purpose of a responsibility assignment matrix, RAM? A responsibility assignment matrix clarifies roles and responsibility. I think I have also told you RACI chart. If you remember RACI chart, also I told you RACI. Who is responsible? Who is accountable? You know, like if in a real life project, what happens? RACI. So who is responsible? Who is accountable? Who can be consulted? Who can be informed? So you know, like who is the person who is responsible for it? Who is accountable? So when you are mailing or when you are contacting, communicating, you can always find the right people. What is the formula to calculate the planned value? Planned value is budget at completion multiplied by percentage of complete work. What is the difference between a discrepancy and a constraint in project management? See, if you are a dependency represents the relationship between project activity where one activity is dependent on another. You cannot do one without other. Painting cannot be done without plastering. A constraint is a limiting factor that restricts project execution or options. You are constrained if there is, let us say, no funding has come, some equipments have not come which is required, you cannot do. What is the purpose of a quality management plan? A quality management plan describes the approach, methods, and standards to be used to ensure project deliverables meet the required quality level. What is the formula to calculate the estimate completion? What is the difference between bottom-up estimating? So these are the things. I will not waste your time for this one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to revise the whole topic from beginning till end in next 1 hour, 50 minutes, so that everything becomes clear. And if there is any question, you can ask. We are ready now?
Yes.
So
Sir, today we'll be having classes for 2 hours, or is it like 3 hours only?
2 hours it is.
Okay. And wanted to ask, if we go through the must read, the one which you've given, is it okay to go ahead and write the exam, the PMP exam in IMC?
Yeah, brother, please.
Right. Okay, sir. And can we reach out to you in case if there is anything which we have to ask, like through?
Yeah, brother, I already wrote here. If you see, please be connected and feel free to discuss any dots or for any assistance.
Sure.
I gave my mobile number, WhatsApp number, email ID. Anything is fine. Sure. You can always contact me. There are many people, you know, like who have always contacted me. So per minute, you can see my screen, correct?
Yes.
See, I want to tell you this guy, Mateen, he was, he started this PMP. And, you know, like when he joined this course, he was not told that experience is needed for 3 years or something. And he was just a fresher. He has just started his life, like after the graduation, it was he has not even worked. But he did the course, and he told me, sir, how to do, like, because I don't have 3 years experience. I said, nobody checks. Officially, I should not say that, but I said, nobody checks. Just write your passing date 3 years back. What is the problem? Who checks? And put your CV, anything. Nobody is going to check. He put it like that. He gave the exam. First time moment he passed. So he wrote, thank you so much for this, sir. It was very useful session with you. Cannot be explained, but it was just fabulous, and hope we clear PMP. And then he read, and he passed the PMP. So where is his PMP? He gave the exam because he was not working also. He passed it. I was just trying to say That some people keep in touch. Not it's not coming. I don't know. Maybe deleted or. So people get in touch. People be connected. Sometimes they ask for like some assistance. Some people they are looking for opportunities and everything. So people are always in touch, and it's a good way. Life is very the world is very small. So if you are not connected, so we can be on LinkedIn.
Oh, sir, I'll add you.
So if you see the network list, so it's very important to have a big network list. See, like I have 13,272 contacts, and around 9,555 people are big connections. So if I say any big company, even any big company, let us say Google, which is very popular. So if I want to see whom I know in Google, so I have contacted many people there also. Like, my friend has been in Google now. So recruiting, this, that. So there are people. So you know what happens? Like whenever you are looking for some opportunity or any location, you have to know how to use, you have to use location. So you find hundreds of people. So whichever area or something you are looking for, you can always be connected like that. So it's a good thing. So we come to what is the new exam format, outline, what all the things. We learned about the PMP certification. That PMP, what is PMI? PMI stands for Project Management Institute, and headquartered in Philadelphia, USA, founded in 1969, and advocates and promotes best practices in project, program, portfolio management. This PMP certification it is very, very important, especially if you are looking for job opportunities abroad. Abroad means like in US, Canada, not in UK that much, but US, Canada, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman, Qatar, all the Middle East countries, they value PMP certification a lot. See, there are many places. It's not good to say, but I have known, I have seen that there are in some of the places, countries, there are people who are conducting this PMP exam, and somebody else is giving the exam on the behalf and everything. This all happens also. So they are charging money. But if you do yourself by study, you will get lots of confidence. And why to give unnecessary money and do unethical thing when you can do it legally? So PMP, they say that you should have 4,500, that means 3 years of experience at least, and 35 hours of project management training, which you will get today. So you have to tell them that this is the training. Why become a certified PMP? Because it is widely recognized project management certification, worldwide recognition of your knowledge. It improves your marketability. The salary increases if you do the PMP. Honestly speaking, project management institute, they conduct lots of certification like CAPM, PMP, PGMP, PMI, everything. But the best is, or the highly recognized is PMP. There are other things like business analysis, scheduling. These all things are there. But if you do PMP, it is more than enough. This is the exam fees and everything. Without, so they want you to become a member and give the exams. The exam format, 50% soft skills, process, 52% soft skill. Soft skill when you say leadership, coordination, these are the soft skills. Business environment, 8%, organizational strategy and everything. The PMP exam format, the new format will cover predictive and agile. There are 180 questions, 230 minutes to complete the exam with 10-minute break. See, I'm not saying don't take the break. You can take the break. But if you can control your urge to go to the washroom and everything, it's better to give it one shot and clear it. But still, if you need, you can take a 10-minute break. Okay. 50% questions come from waterfall and 50% questions come from agile. It should happen, but still questions are coming more from waterfall and less from agile. But in recent time, or maybe when you give the exam, it can happen that more questions, equal questions can be there. But this is the new format as per the 7th edition. In the market, still many consultancies, many training institutes, they are training with PMP on 6th edition or not the 7th edition. Questions will be a combination of multiple choice, multiple responses. There's no negative marking. As I said to you, there are a few questions which are not marked. Those questions, why they put? So that they can understand what is the strength of the people. The reference book is 6, PM book 6, Agile Practice Guide, PM book 7, another thing. What is the project? We told it is a temporary endeavor. Endeavor means effort. Sir, in this enrolled course, we have mock test. Is it the same in this examination content? Yeah, it is as per the 7th edition. So please give, but I will say not a start until unless you have read the book, this presentation. Read the presentation. See, I have given, if you see the folder, must to read. So first read, must to read. Everything you do, must to read. Then you start practicing the question from the online set that is there. So it will be a very good thing. And believe me, if you do the questions you practice, you will see that many questions will come repeated. I'm not saying everything will come repeated, means you will see that you already know that. It's not a very, it's a tough exam, but it's not that it's a very tough exam. So if you example, you just read, I'm not saying because I know you all are working executives, working people, family is there, responsibility is there. And like for me also, when I say, but I also myself sometimes do not get time after the office. Then I have kids, I have to take care of kids, sometimes go for shopping, go and bring vegetable, go and do this all basic household chores. So what happened? You don't get time. I'm not saying that you have to study many hours. I'm just requesting you that study every day 1 hour. If you study every day 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 1 hour to 1.5 hour, believe me, in next 2 months, you can be 100% ready to give the exam. One last request. Many people I have seen from my personal experience, when you have completed your training, if you do in 2 to 3 months maximum, you will pass. There is a lot of chances of passing. But if you don't do it and you keep on repeating it, you delay it for many months, then what will happen? You will forget the thing, and we don't get time. We keep on delaying the thing, and then finally you start feeling a bit hesitant. I should give the exam or I should not give the exam. So I would tell you from my experience, from many participants' experience, that if you delay for more than 3 months, then it will be difficult to pass. So try to put it in next 1 month to 3 months, maximum 1 to 3 months, and give the exam. Definitely, I pray to God that you all will pass. But don't delay more than 3 months. Until unless there is some medical condition has happened, there is, let us say, a big event in your family is coming up, you are the main person who has to arrange. Suppose example, somebody is a senior elder brother, you have to take care of the marriage of sister, or something is there where you will be busy for next 1 month, then that is another case. But try to do it in 1 to 3 months. That is the best ideal time. The sooner you do, the better it is. But don't take, because it is taking money. So prepare well and give the exam. And believe me, once you do, you have lots of opportunities. Whichever field you are, you will get lots and lots of opportunities. Software, business, everywhere, it's all, we are talking only about project. So it will be very beneficial. Temporary endeavor means that a project has a definite start and end date. A project comes to an end when either its goal and objectives are met or the project is brought to the premature end. What is when we say unique product, unique service, or unique result? Then we said why we do the project. We do to achieve from current state to a future state. And project enables business value creation. What are the business value? Monetary assets, stockholder equity, utility, market share, reputation. These all things are there. Why we do project? Indicate that a project has a definite business value creation. Other thing. So we said projects are created to improve or fix business process or service, implement or change business or technological strategies, satisfy stakeholder request or need, meet regulatory, legal, or social requirement. Then we also understood that examples that lead to the factors of creation of a new project. Competitive forces, everybody is doing, you are not doing. Why you did this PMP course? Because you see, it's a very good way to understand the project professionally, first thing. Second thing, what new things are happening as per international system, you are understanding that thing. Third thing, what you are understanding is that it will give, if you pass the certification, it will give you a better edge over other people in the market. So there are people in the market who have done PMP, but don't get see that there are 100,000 or 1 million people. If you see, the whole population of the world is in billions. And if 1 million has done PMP, it's not a big number. But what is the thing benefit? So some people are looking for a particular type of thing. So example, I already told one of the participant on personal WhatsApp that because he comes from civil engineering and everything. So I said, if you do the PMP, and there is one more certification that is very much getting popular in the market. That is you are doing the project, green project and everything, lead certification for the civil people. I said, these things, if you do, you are again out of the total competition. You are like you are one of the hand-picked person. So if you have the combination of good combination, so you are able to take good opportunities. You can not have only opportunities here. There are opportunities that opens for you in the world. And if you see the opportunities, the salaries are much better. So it's always good to invest some time on your and money on your upgrading of skills. For that, I also told everybody in the beginning that there is edx.org and other thing where you can do the course and other thing. So in one of the batch, one of the participant contacted me that he wants to do a finance course. And he said, I cannot find the finance course for free. So I told him, I told him that there are courses with free fees they are asking for. So I said, just write in search. Then I found it for him. I said, just 642 different courses are available on finance topic. I hope this is sufficient. So it was like a bit of like a funny thing, but just to make the people laugh and feel comfortable. So if you click here, you see 642 courses are there on finance. As far as this is old history, I'm saying. So see 641 results. Maybe one course has finished or they removed 641 courses on finance. Whatever topic, you are from India, Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, University of Cambridge, Columbia, finance. So there are hundreds of MIT, Purdue University, wherever you want to do. The world is Stanford online, principles of economics. These are, if you do these things, mathematical model for quantitative finance, risk management. If you do this type of thing, New York Institute of Finance, it will put you above the market. But when you do it, you will also learn the thing. You will also enjoy the thing. And you will be away from the market. So it is like you will be away from the competitive forces. And nothing comes for free. You have to invest. If you're not investing your money, you have to invest your time and efforts. So that you have to do. Competitive forces, political change, market demand, economic change, customer request, business, strategic, social needs. So these are the factors that links to why the business projects start. And we give the example of all the things. So what is project management? It is the application of knowledge, skills, tools, and technique to project activities to meet the project requirement. Outcome of these projects were the result of leaders and managers applying project management practices, principles, process, tools, and techniques to their work. It has been used from time immemorial, but the word project management of PMP and all these things are new. But these concepts are being used. That is why the Taj Mahal, the Egyptian Giza, this pyramid, all they were built. So we talked about the difference between project and similarity. Project is a temporary and unique. Operation is ongoing and repetitive. Then project, program, and portfolio. We already explained that when you are doing a particular project, it is a project. When you are doing multiple projects of similar type, it is a program. And when you are doing different type of projects, and at the same time, it will be called as a portfolio. So we talked about. Then what is operation management? Is the outside of the scope of formal project management. It is concerned with the ongoing production of goods and services. So we also studied about this type of thing. Then we have studied about the components of project life cycle, project phase, project gate. What is the project life cycle? The series of phases that a project pass from its start to its completion. That is the life cycle. Project phase, a collection of logically related project activities that culminates in the completion of one or more deliverables. Phase gate, phase gate, as you remember, I told phase gate is also called as the toll gate, review gate. There are many different names. A review at the end of the phase in which a decision is made to continue to the next phase or to continue with modification or to end a program. Project management process group, knowledge area. Project life cycle, the project can be carried out from feasibility, design, build, test, deploy, close. Product life cycle, we said that project keeps on thing until unless what will happen, it starts, introduction, growth, maturity. And if you don't introduce new product or product extension, your business will decline. Suppose iPhone, they made iPhone 1 and after that they are not making any iPhone. What will happen? Saturation will come, people will start going for other options. So product extension. Project life cycle, the project can be carried out in phases of work to be completed. Feasibility, we already did this. Project management knowledge areas, there are 10 knowledge areas. So schedule management, cost management, quantity management, quality management, short quantity, I'm saying quality management, resource management, communication, risk, procurement, stakeholder management. What is the last one is the integration management. So all the activities can be done by anybody. As a project manager, you don't need to be an expert of everything, but you should be a good and best in integration. So why you should be good in integration? Because you are the project manager, you are the master of the project. So you have to make sure, if you don't know how to do the scheduling, no problem, there are staffs who will do the scheduling for you. If you don't know how to do the cost management, take the help of finance. But everything, like in a movie, there can be different stars, different people, but you are the director of the movie, so you have to take care of the movie. So in the same way, you are the director, you are the head of the project, you are the project manager. You have to take care of all the thing. If you're not able, see, in a movie, if you know movies, you know a director, there is a cameraman. Cameraman does the videography. There are beauticians who do the makeup and everything for the stars. So it's not that director has to do the everything, but director must see what is good, what is not good, and should be aware with the basics of the thing. So all the tasks can be assigned to somebody else except integration management. Integration management must be done by the project manager himself. Then we talked about the integration management. It includes the process and activities to identify, define, combine, unify, and coordinate. Project scope management includes the process required to ensure the project includes all the work required. Project schedule management includes the process required to manage the timely completion of the project. Cost management involves in planning, estimating, budgeting, financing, and other thing. Project quality management includes the process for incorporating the organization's quality policy regarding planning, managing, and controlling project and product quality requirement in order to meet stakeholders' expectation. Project resource management include the process to identify, acquire, and manage the resource needed for the successful completion of the project. Communication management. So these are the knowledge areas. One more thing, like, if here I was talking, you can go, let us say, projects. See, so you see project management. So I'm just starting project. And when we say executive education, that is paid one. So you just go for course 1328 courses. So learning type, I will say courses, programs, boot camps, degree. No, it's program. See, these are the free courses. Professional certificate you do. Agile project management, fundamentals of project.
Did you put any filter for the free one? Because I was checking this website. Is there any filter for free or something like that? How do you understand if it's free?
Brother, see, there are different type of. So how you do, like, if free one, what is basic thing it is? See, when you do learning type, there are courses, programs, boot camps. So anything. So, if you go for program like this one, let us say from, RIT, Rochester Institute of Technology, it's a very famous technical college. See, so this is a paid one. 8 months. This is a paid one. So I will not go in this one. I will go for set course. Don't
How are
go
you
for,
able to? How are you able to recognize it's a paid one? Where is it written?
it's asking for the money, na brother. 1213.
Oh, okay, okay.
So go in the free version.
Right.
Go in the free version and don't go in program, go in course. See this one. Course, not in programs. Course. I think you have to see it something. So example, let us say program evaluation. Just wait a minute, just please. You can see here free. These all certificates are free.
Right.
So if you see here, if you go in this one, you can also see there will be something for free also, but you have to search it here like this, free. So whichever topic you are looking, you just go there, free. It's not asking for money. And when you do, you get it from Stanford. So do a small thing. Clear?
Yes. So we'll have to search. There's no filter for free. That's what I understand.
I think professional certificates it will be. Yeah. See, these are the free one. Definitely professional certificate. There's a link. So in our group, we have Tehseen, who is from the civil background. So, but this one is a paid one. So you have to see. I was thinking if it's free one or what. So you have to see which all certificates are free in your field. So just go in whichever field you are interested. See which is free. So 60%, 50% courses are free. You can find whichever is free. Thus, the certification program are free. The small program.
Sir, in your LinkedIn, I've seen you've done chartered management or something like that.
Yeah, brother.
You've done it from here?
No, chartered management is actually given from UK. Okay. So actually, if you know this, that in the whole world, the concept of chartered, if you see, so Chartered Management Institute is a professional share management based on the United Kingdom. It was founded as the British Institute of Management in 1947 or 48 of industrial management. So what they do, it is when we say chartered, it means that it is coming from the king or something, and it is like the highest certification that can be achieved in the field of management and leadership. So there are only 3 countries in the world that gives this chartered manager certificate. Chartered manager certificate. One is US, one is UK, and one is Canada. So so if you do from UK or US, anywhere, if you do from UK, you just pay the money, and you are also, you get certification from UK, US or Canada, whichever. Or if you do from Canada, you do from US or UK, whichever you want. I have done it actually from Canada. This is not that I have gone there. It is an online exam. The questions are not very difficult. It's practical questions they ask, condition and question. So that type of question they ask. So they ask you this type of questions, and they want a couple of certificates where you like you have experience and other. Nobody checks also, as I said, nobody checks that if the referral letter are authentic or not. These are just formalities. Like in my current company, if I will tell them that I want to do this chartered manager, they will think that he is doing that. That means he will run away from the company. All companies are not so progressive thought. They keep on thinking negative for the employees, so that we cannot change the culture. So that's why I made my own thing, submitted some paper base, put some name, and I submitted. So the easiest was to do from Canada, because they were not asking any documents and any other thing. They just said that, okay, you just submit and give 2 referral letters. So I made just 2 referral letter and I gave it to them, and that was fine. And then you give the exam. So it's an exam which is generally like 3-hour exam, online exam. And this is what happened with me when I filled this exam form. And I was just waiting that I will do after 1 month, 2 months. And then, sometimes happens, oh, I will do it after this festival. I will do it because my son is going to be born after that, this, that. Then, you are not able to get time. Now I have already paid the fees, and now it was going to expire in 1 year. Just before it will expire, 1 month before, I gave the exam, because I thought that the money will get wasted. And then thank God I passed it. So it's a very good certification. If you all are interested, and if you need any assistance, just let me know. It's a very good certification. Very few people in the world have, and it's a good one. Like in accountancy, we say chartered accountant. That is the highest in the field of accountancy. In the same way in the management, that chartered manager is the highest in the management. So it's a good one to do. Yeah.
So how much is the fees and all, sir, for that?
I think, brother, I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe $400-500 to hoga. I think so.
Okay.
$300-400 must
Got
be the
it.
fee. These all are also business, actually, to take money from people. To put so high fees that, like,
Yeah,
every 3 years,
definitely.
like PMP, every 3 years you have to renew. Every time you renew, you have to pay fees for renewal of your certificate. That is another business game. For renewing, you don't have to give the exam, just have to pay the fees. So it's a business. Project management process, 49 process in PM Book 6. And we were talking about that if we classify, there are 5 process group: initiation, planning, execution, monitoring and control, and closing. So we did what is initiation: process performed to define new project or a new phase of an existing project by obtaining authorization to start the project or phase. Planning process group, process required to establish the scope of project, define, execute, this all the thing. So this particular sheet page, now I told you that you have to print it and keep this and the next page. So project integration management, develop project chart, execution, and all the things. So it is like a fast revision of whatever we have studied in theory. And from the word, you can easily identify. So if question asks, identify risk, when you identify the risk, so you know it can be identified in the planning phase, you start identifying the risk and everything. So this is the thing. Project phases. A project phase is a collection of a logically related steps. So that we said. Then we did about the gate, no gate thing. Tall gate or phase gate, stage gate, kill point, phase review. One question generally I've seen, sometimes people, phase gate, they write stage gate, sometimes they write tall gate, sometimes they write kill point, phase review. So all the things are same, just don't get confused. Project and development life cycle. Project development life cycles, predictive plan driven life cycle, So we were talking about the different type of life cycle: predictive or plan-driven life cycle, iterative life cycle, incremental life cycle. Then in agile, we talked about different type of life cycle. Then we said iterative, same thing, different thing you are repeating, trying by iteration, by repetition, till you finally get it. Here you see hand is here, color, different color. Incremental, you make a small by small, step by step improvement. Agile life cycle, modern approach where team works collaboratively with the customer to determine the project need. The coordination of the customer and the team drives the project forward. An approach which uses both iterative and incremental to implement customer feedback. The team delivers the highest value work to the customer first. Agile development plus predictive rollout. We said what are the type: agile, iterative, incremental, hybrid, predictive, adaptive, hybrid. Which one you have to use, and the difference between the different type of life cycles. So these are the thing. What is a project data? When you are doing any project, you get hundreds and thousands of data that you get there. So that is project data. Tailoring. Tailoring is what? Is the selection activity of appropriate project management process, input, tool, output, and life cycle to manage a project. Process, business document, feasibility report. These are the business document, business case, whether you should do this or not. What is the business benefit plan? What is the benefit that you are getting? So these are the things that you get. Project charter and project management plan. It is defined as the document issued by the project sponsor that formally authorizes the existence of the project. So it is like a paper which gives you final go ahead that you are the person who is looking after this project. What is the start date? What is the end date? Another thing. What is the, then we talked about two important things: environment in which it is operates, EEF and OPA. What is EEF? Enterprise environment factor and organizational process asset. These are the things that influence the system, and then it can be external, internal, like process, policies, corporate knowledge areas. Some companies have good EF, enterprise environment factor. Projects are given value. Some places, you keep on saying nobody listens to you. So that is also the thing you cannot change. And I gave you a particular example that where I requested my company to start the project of that software where the quotations and all the thing can be generated automatically. I told them 4 times, 5 times. Now what happened? They did not respond to me. So I if you see here, I write sometimes articles. So I wrote one of my article like, where is the article? It comes. So I wrote, why do medium-sized companies fail when they stop listening to customers and employee? So, this is like you don't listen to customer and this one, what will happen? So around 2,101 people saw this, and they the view were there. So you can see 2,100 people saw this thing, and in this one you can also see your analytics that when you say 2,100 from which all places where and all. So you can see these are the people, the job title: sales manager, managing director, general managers. Now I want to see by location. So from Delhi 4.4, UK 1.9, Mumbai, Pune, Greater Leeds, UK. These are the major one. Companies, which are the companies? Behmani, DP World, Gia Group. Company size 10,000 to plus employees 18%. So you can see how your responses has been received by the people. Enterprise environment factor. So if the company is not able to listen to the employee, the company is going to fail. Any company it be. So if they don't listen to the customer and to the people, they will fail. These are the internal to EF, enterprise environment: employees capability, infrastructure, resource availability, information technology, marketplace, external thing, organizational process, assets, policies, procedures. We did. There are different type of organizational type. We studied about functional type, matrix, and projectized, composite. Projectized where everything is based on project. PMO, project management office. What it is a management structure that standardizes the project related governance process and facilitate the sharing of resources, methodologies, tools, techniques, formats. They give all the things. There are different type of PMOs: supportive, controlling, directive. PMO, project management office. The role of the project manager. What is the role of the project manager? Because the role of project manager, membership and roles responsibility for team, knowledge and skills, definition of a project manager. A project manager is different from functional manager, responsible for providing management oversight to a functional business unit. Project management manages spheres of influence, professional discipline across discipline and all the thing, the triangle thing. Then we studied about qualities and skills of a leader. He should be visionary, optimistic and positive, collaborative and everything. One of the more important thing, that is being studied in leadership is what? Any idea? It is about a particular word which is called the art of what it is called? Delegation. You know what is the meaning of delegation? Delegation. Like, what is delegation? You tell somebody that you go and do this particular thing. A delegating leader is a low risk task and relationship behavior to leader, where a leader empowers an individual to exercise autonomy. So you tell your employees to do it. Just show it. You trust your people and you ask them to do. So example, if example, I have to like example, if I'm doing my company's work, I'm doing this training and all the thing. And then on the weekend, example, if I have to take my kids for some program that is in the school or something, and I have already a committed training. So what I should do, I should delegate the task. I should tell my wife that, can you do this particular thing? So what I'm telling, I'm delegating the task to somebody. In the companies, there are some managers or leaders, they fail because they want to do everything themselves. And there are managers who knows how to utilize the people and get the work done. So delegation is considered a good attitude and a point. So many companies, if you will see leadership qualities, so one of the quality they are also looking in the people, ability to delegate. Are you able to delegate, or you are to micromanage? If you do micromanage, we all are human beings, you will fail. You cannot be able to do micromanage. You have to have the ability to delegation. Various forms of project manager: the positional, informational, reference, situational, reward oriented. What is the comparison of leadership and management? Management is closely associated with directing. Leadership involves working with others. So this is the difference between management and leaders. Management just direct using positional power. Leadership guides, influence and collaborate using power. Leadership style: laissez-faire, interactional, transactional, charismatic. So we studied what is laissez-faire. You give the people free hand to do the job. Transactional, just based upon task. That is the transactional. Servant leadership: you are behind the curtain. You want to help the society. You want to help the thing. You are not behind the limelight. Transformational: leaders motivate employees and enhance productivity and efficiency through communication and high visibility, encouragement for innovation. So if somebody has also they ask what type of leader you are, you can easily say, I would say, if I have to say, I will say I am a transformational leader. So I try to motivate the employees. I try to motivate even the people who are doing training, that this is your life, this is where you have to go, this is where you can do, how you can do, and enhance productivity and efficiency through communication and high visibility, encouragement for innovation and creativity. Charismatic, able to inspire, like Elon Musk or some big leaders in the world who are able to influence mass. Interactional, combination of transactional, transformational and charismatic. Integration is a critical skill set of project manager. You have to do it yourself. You cannot assign it. Domain as a high level knowledge area, task, responsibilities, enablers. So we talked about this thing. Examination, weightage, people, and what type of task these things are there. Initiating the project, initiating the process, how you initiate the project. So what are the things in the thing? Project integration management, we did know that it is the combining of all the thing. Key concept for project, develop project charter, how you develop a project charter. We studied all those things. Identify stakeholders. Who are stakeholders? We know. Tools and techniques. Identify stakeholder outputs. Planning the project. Project scope management. You discuss about the scope. Collect requirements. What are the requirements? So you can base your task accordingly. Define the scope. Scope means what are the things that you will do, deliverables and everything. Create a work breakdown structure. You break the big task into smaller tasks. This is work breakdown structure. Schedule management. You discuss about the timely completion of the project. Then we were talking about sequence activity. What is the sequence which will come first, which will come afterwards. Then you plan the schedule management plan. Define the activities. Activity list, define activities output, sequence activity, sequence task, sequence activities input. Which activity will happen first, which activity will happen later. These are all sequence activity. Then there is PMIS, project management information system, like the software that is required. We talked about the different type of calculation system, like we talked about a triangular distribution, beta distribution, optimistic plus most likely plus pessimistic divided by 3, that is a triangular distribution, like it is average. And then in the beta distribution you do optimistic plus pessimistic plus 4 times of most likely divided by 6. We did also duration estimates and everything, developing the schedule. We also studied what if scenario and compressing leads and lags. Crashing, fast tracking. Crashing is what? Adding resources to shorten duration, often result in increased task. Now, this particular room can be painted by 2 people in 5 days or 6 days. So you say, no, I want it to be done in 3 days. Let 4 people do the work. So the cost can be increased a bit, but the task will get completed. Fast tracking, you replan the activities in such a way that with the same resources, you are able to complete the task in a faster. So develop the schedule, output, and this. And then we talk about the project cost management. Cost is very, very important for the project. You plan the cost management, everything. Estimate cost, plan the cost. Determine the budget. Budget is approximate cost. Quality management. It includes the process and activities of the process organization that determines the quality process, policies, and everything. Plan project quality management, quality theories, key concepts for project management. Quality should be inbuilt. You don't have to spend money for that thing. Quality is defined as a degree to which a set of inherent thing. Precision, a measure of exactness, accuracy is an assessment of correctness. So how correct it is? You plan the quality management. Resource management, how you manage your resources, manpower, material, machine, and all the things. So those things comes under resource management. Estimate activity durations. Communication management, who all needs to be communicated, what, when. These all things comes in communication management. So these are the basic things. Now we come to plan procurement management. Develop the team, manage the team, motivate the team. How you manage the team, conduct procurement, purchasing, decision making, validate the scope, control the quality, histograms and everything. Work performance data, when you are doing, you get hundreds of data for the particular thing. Monitor stakeholder engagement, how the some stakeholder cannot be coming, but you need them. So you engage them in such a way that they come. And then we came to agile management. And then what is agile management? We talked that agile project management is ability to be flexible, ability to move quickly and easily and adapt. Agile is a mindset defined by 4 values, 12 principles. So what happens in what was the difference? The difference was that in key agile, you, instead of giving the whole project, you give the high value work first. It is mostly used in IT field, come software field, or field where the things change fast. Responding to changes, iterative feedback and continuous improvement is done. Table of thing, Agile Manifesto, 4 values of Agile Manifesto. You prefer individual interaction over tools and process, working software over comprehensive documentation, customer collaboration over contract negotiation. You respond to change instead of following a plan and sticking to it. Then those things were explained here. 12 principles are our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Welcome changing requirements even late in the development. Agile process harness change for customers' competitive advantage. Deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to a couple of months. Business people and developer must work together. Build project, the most efficient, effective method. Working software is the primary source of progress. So these are the 12 things that you do. Agile teams are small team, 3 to 9 members located in a team space, 100% dedicated to the team. And we did about that. What is the roles are not specified. Anybody can take any type of role and they can do. What is a Scrum? We studied that in the Scrum when we are talking about Scrum. So we said that it is a popular agile model that is lightweight and easy to understand, but likely it is difficult to truly master. The methodology documented in Scrum for work is a set of practice. So it is similar to project manager when we say Scrum master. So it's similar to Scrum master, then adoption, transparencies and everything, key concern, comprehensive Scrum team roles. Yeah, brother.
So, can you elaborate a little more in Scrum and like what exact, like Scrum is the Scrum master is just similar to project manager, right? Like that's what you told us.
Approx.
And what is the, like if you can explain the Scrum framework once again, like.
Okay, so Scrum, what it is a popular agile model that is lightweight and easy to understand, but like all, they have some, when we talk about methodology, it is a set of, or a Scrum framework, it is a set of practice rules, even that are designed to guide. So what is the Scrum framework? So when we are saying that the Scrum work, the theory behind Scrum is based on 3 pillars of transparency, inspection, and adaptation. These principles guide all aspects of Scrum. So this involves giving visibility to those responsible. So what you do in Scrum, you are putting like, we say in the manufacturing industries, they are like, let us say Kanban. If you have gone to any service center, let us say car service center, bike service center, you will see how many work is in progress, how many things are working, who are the people who are involved. So, in the workshop, those things are written. So it is Kanban, where the things are put. So here we are saying transparency. This involves giving visibility to those responsible for the outcome. An example of transforming would be a common definition of what done means to ensure that stakeholders are in an agreement. So when we say done means out of 20 features that were required for a project, 5 points are solved. So it means 5 of the issues have been fixed. So that is called transparency. When it will be considered that these points have been solved, when it will be said these points are still working on, when it will be said these points are pending. So this is the transparency, everybody agrees. Inspection, this involves doing timely check of how well the project is progressing towards its goal, looking for problematic deviation or difference from the goal. Adaptation, how you understand and adapt to the changing. So in the what happens, the Scrum team is also same thing, only it is agile only. So you say, you give a time boxed iteration, that if whenever you are working on a sprint, what is a sprint? When you say sprint is a time boxed iteration of 1 month in which the team builds a potentially releasable product. So example, if you're working on a software, on a, let us say an app or something, so there is a timeline. Where on timeline based activities there, which is 1 month or less. So you say, okay, these are the tasks that you will complete first. Then you will launch new updates, new versions, and you will update the features. During a sprint, no changes are made that would affect the sprint goal. Scope might be clarified or negotiated. Product owner can cancel the sprint before the time box if the sprint goal becomes obsolete. Each sprint consists of sequence of activities, sprint planning activities, sprint review meeting, Scrum team roles. There are people who are development team. They are responsible for developing the software and everything. There are people who are cross-functional. Scrum team roles, product owner, work with the stakeholders. So where there's no project manager, so we say it's like project manager, but it's not like a project manager because anybody can take the role, and it's working on the servant leadership. It's more about supporting each other. Somebody can become a designer, somebody can be a software coder, somebody can be a checking activity. So like this type of thing, Scrum activities, events, ceremonies. So you can say you do have a daily scrum. Daily scrum is like 15 minutes time box meeting. Every day you meet for 15 minutes. Then there is sprint review. 4 hour you meet in a 1 month sprint. These questions come. What is a sprint review? A small meeting you do. 4 hours are needed for a 1 month project. So if 15 days project, that is 2 hours. Sprint retrospective. Retrospective, what did you do good? What did you do bad? Like lessons learned. 3 hours for a month per sprint. So in 1 month, you have to do 3 hours this one. So the time limit and everything is there. Scrum artifacts, product backlog. There are like 20 activities. So you will say out of those 20 activities, which are the activities which are most important, which are the features that are most important in your software where you're looking for. So you will say out of the 20, these 10 are very, very important. And these all have been done. These all have been not done. So which are the activities that is pending, product backlog and everything. Then you do grooming. Grooming means what? So example, there were 20 points that you were looking in a software. 6 points got solved. So in the product, in the grooming, what you will do? You will remove that 6 and you will write completed. So 14 will be there. Sprint backlog, how many tasks are pending, product increment, what is done. Done means the feature is fully tested, it is functioning, then it will be called done. Scrum of Scrum, what is the Scrum of Scrum? It's like there are different small Scrum, small team. So all the Scrum master, or you can think as a project manager, they go and meet here Scrum of Scrums. So they ask, what is your team need? Anything you need from anything from team B or C, or what is the thing that is stopping you? What did you do? And other things. So it's like for the thing. Then we use user story, that because when you are building a software, you are building the software through a concept. So it's like a story. So as a customer, I want to search the website, so I can usually find 2 items. User story workshops, decomposing project requirement. A big project can be broken into small epic. Epic is a very large story. Features, what are the attributes of the product? User story is decomposing of a feature. Task is the smallest element in our composition. Stories in the backlog. Participatory decision making, simple voting, so fist of 5 voting. These are the voting method by which so what you say in Scrum, so there whatever software you are building up, so there are 20 features that is there. It is in the form of the story, and that story needs to be converted into the project or the software. It cannot be that all the software points can be taken in the one, because they cannot go back that if this task has been done or not done. So what they generally do, they generally go and they ask, and the different team, they work together with the developer, with the customer, to develop the software which is useful for them. And there are 20 points or features that we're looking, so they will release whichever is the first one that is needed, and the later one, it will come later on. Burn down chart, velocity is the measurement of how many features or that 20 features which all has been achieved, which all has not been achieved, like that. Key performance indicator, prioritizing values, or you say, okay, out of which 20 value you will take which points, which is the first feature you want to do. It is based upon simple scheme, Moscow, monopoly money, and everything. So customers valued are prioritized values. So when you say Moscow, it is what are the features that is must have, should have, could have, won't have. So you classify that what are the things that has to be done out of the feature. 100 point or cumulative voting method. So you give 100 point and then people put the 100 point based upon their understanding. So somebody gives 10 point, 5 point, 15 point to one topic, then to another feature, then to another feature, but you cannot spend more than 100. So that is 100 dot voting or multi voting. Kano analysis, which makes the people very, very happy and everything when the features are achieved. So relative prioritization, which is important, which is less important, like that. Minimum viable product, what is the minimum that is required to let the product or software run? Definition of once means done means what? That means it is working. Agile estimation methods, t-shirt sizing method, storytelling, estimation technique, planning poker. These are the different types of extreme programming. XP core values, XP means extreme programming. XP life cycle, roles, responsibility, people can do anything. Then comes core lean in PMP, eliminate waste, optimize the whole. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Just optimize the whole amplifying, builds integrated delivery fast, empower team, and other thing. Lean core concept, 7 type of waste. If you remember, Tim Wood, we said time, inventory, and everything. I shared the presentation also. What is Kanban? Kanban means something which is visible to every means. Can means visual, and ban means opposite to it will be what? You keep it in like refrigerator. So you say refrigerating. Kanban's pull system that works. How many activities are there? Iteration, agile framework, and terminology. So these are the basic things that you need to read and revise. Is there anything that somebody wants to ask from this? So if you see here, we were doing this particular thing. So all the questions with good concepts are explained here. Some questions are also put here. So important questions with answers on Agile project management. What is Agile project management? It is a project management knowledge methodology that emphasizes iterative and incremental development where requirement and solution evolve through collaborative self-organizing cross-functional team. What are the benefits of Agile project management? Reduce risk, flexibility, increase productivity. What are the changes of Agile project management guide, log of structure? Different type of project management include Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming. So who is a product owner? Scrum master, development team. The risk of Agile project management. So there are many questions also on, I think around 65 questions are there on with the answers. All the answers are also written so that you can read it and you can revise it. Now, is there anything that somebody wants to ask before? Anything? Any question? Am I audible? Mr. Depsu, am I audible? Mr. Arun sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, 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 sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so if there's anything to ask, please ask. And I already shared everything here.
So the
So-
question paper which you've made, do you you wanted to us to go through those question papers? So do you have those right answers? What do you
Yeah,
call it?
for all the question, all the answers are written.
Okay.
So
So in
it's,
the normal PMP exam and normal real PMP exam will have all optional questions, right?
yeah, all options, 4 options. You select which one is the correct.
Right. Got it.
So example, you can solve the project manager using a tool to help him or her estimate. Acha, it is not shared na. I will share now. The project manager is using a tool to help him or him estimate the duration of a project activity. The tool asks the project manager to identify the optimistic, most likely pessimistic estimate. What type of estimating? You remember we were talking about? There are 3 types of in the estimating. It is asking which is the pessimistic. So it is a 3-point estimating, optimistic, pessimistic, most likely. So the questions are simple. So the questions are written here. Then there are 50 more. So here also, if you'll see the answers here. What is the purpose of a Kanban board? A Kanban board is a visual representation of the workflow, typically divided into columns, representing different stages of work, like which is the work that is pending, which is completed, which is work in progress, like that. So all the things are here. So you read it, revise it. And this is very important. Question set IMC. You can see different type of question. PMP preparation 100 project management question, PMP training presentation. So these are very important. Question is there, options are there, correct answer is there, the explanation is here. So it will help you to get a command over the topic.
Once we go through it, we can go and write our exam, right?
Yeah, you can. Once you have read it, once you have practiced it, then please give the exam set that is on IMC learning. Practice those. If you are not understanding anything, something, you are all a human being. Search it in Google, see what is the best thing. If you don't understand still, ask me, WhatsApp to me, email me, and we can also always discuss those things also.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you so much.
So if there's anything, or else we stop for the day, we finish our course. Just keep on, please, reading 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Keep on practicing. The things will be easier. It's not so complex or something. 1.5 hour of study is needed on a daily basis.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So if there is anything, otherwise we will stop for the day. I send the link for everything to be downloaded. So please download it.
Yes, sir. Already downloaded.
You have downloaded?
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, sir. It was amazing learning under you, and will make you proud for sure.
Thank you, brother, for your kind words. And so this we are batch 151. So I was just checking something. Just a minute. This is for the feedback. You can just click and give the feedback for the course or anything. So feedback.
Sure, sir. We will.
Okay. 1 minute. So we finish, and please be in touch. If there is anything, please feel free to contact me, and I will definitely try my best to check.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you very much for attending the training. And if there is anything, please do contact, please practice it. And once you pass, please just let IMC or me know that you passed it, and definitely will pass. So all the very best. Thank you. We stop the recording now.